Hello everyone, my name is Satafaya and I am a spoken word artist and a gender equality activist. If you're just tuning into this channel, thank you so much, you're very much welcome. Please subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about a matter that is very important to every one of us. You manage time, you manage money, you manage resources. So today we're going to be doing menstrual hygiene management. Yes. So whatever is important, you manage it, right? So today we're going to be doing menstruation and the management of it. What is menstruation? Menstruation or period is a biological or natural and a normal process where the blood comes out of the uterus or the womb of a woman or girl through the vagina as a result of her not getting pregnant. So you see, the body of a woman every month prepares to get pregnant. In the preparation, it has something in the womb called the lining where it expects the baby to lie. If there is no pregnancy, the lining breaks down and comes out as tissue and blood. There is menstruation. At what age does menstruation start? Menstruation starts as early as 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and above. There are no specific age menstruation starts in girls because every girl's body is different and beautiful. However, if you've reached the age of 18 and you've not experienced menstruation, do not panic at all. Just go to the nearest clinic or hospital and get checked up. Don't worry. Because remember, every girl's body is different and every girl's body is beautiful. At what age does menstruation end? Menstruation in women ends around 45 to 55, depending on your body system. Like I said, we are all different and beautiful too. And this period is called the menopause. That is when menstruation ends. Menstruation also pauses when a woman is pregnant. However, when some people are pregnant, they may experience menstruation. In this case, don't panic at all. Just go to the nearest hospital and get checked up. Like I said, menstruation needs to be managed, and there are some products you use to manage menstruation. Menstrual hygiene products are materials needed to properly manage menstruation. So there are materials you need to manage menstruation properly. One, we have the menstrual cups. So menstrual cups are not very much in our setting here, but the menstrual cups are put into the vagina, which collects blood flowing from the uterus or vagina. It can be emptied, washed, wiped, rinsed, depending where you are and what you have there, and then placed back in the vagina. Most menstrual cups are made of silicone. Some are rubber and some are thermoplastic. We have the tampon. Tampon is a soft, spongy material which is put into the vagina to soak up the blood. We also have pads, which is very prevalent in our society here. It has a lot of names. Some people call it Cortex, some people call it Blue Biscuit. But pads are regular shaped spongy materials that you stick to the inside of your underwear, which soaks up the blood flowing from the vagina. Some have extra materials on the sides called wings that fold over the edges of your underwear. So this is an example of pad. So this is an example of the sanitary pad. So it's used like this, and these are the wings. These are the wings you attached to the panties. So there's a sticky stuff, there's a sticky place here. Once you peel it off, you can attach it to a pants because it's sticky, as you can see. And then you also peel here and attach it to the seat of the pants where your vagina will be. So as you can see, it also sticks. That way you can be able to move around freely and the blood will sit right in here. So we also have reusable menstrual pads. Reusable menstrual pads are cloth pads that can be used several times. They absorb the menstrual blood. They are just like the pads, the Cortex or Blue Biscuit as you would call it. They can be used over and over because you can wash them, hang them, make sure you sun dry them very well, and use them again. Now, how often should you change your pads, your tampons, or your menstrual cups? Change your pad every 4 to 5 hours and more. If your period is heavy, remember I said we are all different. So some people will have heavy periods, some people will bleed more, others will bleed lesser. So if you are someone who bleeds more, do not worry at all. Just make sure you change your pad more often. For others, they can change it about 4 to 5 hours. It is good hygiene and it helps to prevent bad odors and leakage. Remember, if you're wearing the pad like this, if you're wearing the pad like this and it gets soaked up after 2, 3, or 4 hours, you need to change it, else it's going to start leaking and then get on your panty, and you do not want to soil yourself in public. Not because menstruation is shameful or disgraceful, but because you wore a white skirt. You did not plan to wear a white and red skirt. It's just as simple. Great. So what is menstruation color? That is another interesting thing. The menstrual blood color is normally crimson red or bright red. Any other color could be as a result of some nutrients deficiencies like iron and fiber, etc. Better still, if you see any other color that you're not satisfied with, especially if it's not crimson red, kindly see the doctor. Do not panic. Remember, we are all different. There are some signs you need to know when you're menstruating, when your menstruation will be coming. Women and girls usually start seeing physical and attitude changes about 1 to 2 weeks before period bleeding starts, which are usually called premenstrual syndrome. So pre means before menstruation, and syndromes. So some of the signs you will see before you menstruate and are caused by changes in hormones because of menstruation. So period signs and symptoms usually end about 3 to 4 days after bleeding. Some people, it continues even during bleeding. So some common signs that you would experience when your menstruation is about to come is pimples. What in our Liberian setting we call it bum. You start experiencing spots or pimples on your cheek, sometimes your jaw, your forehead. You experience some unusual pimple. This pimple seems as if it doesn't want to burst. It's just there. It's really paining, it's hurting, and you see it very sharp. It's like it's ready, it's ripe, it's ready to burst, but it won't burst. That means you are going to experience menstruation anytime soon. Even if you are someone who normally has pimples on your face, you will have this one sharp pimple that have refused to burst open. That is a sign that you will soon be menstruating. Another sign is your breast becomes heavy and sensitive. You realize that your breast becomes heavy, it becomes sensitive. Normally you would touch your breast without feeling anything, but when your period is coming, as soon as you make a mistake and touch your breast, or something just hits your breast slightly, if it has this tickling feeling, it becomes very sensitive, it becomes bigger, it becomes heavier. That means you're going to be menstruating anytime soon. Some women get constipated and others have diarrhea. Like I said, every woman's body is different and every woman's body is beautiful just the way it is. So your system might not be another woman's system. For some people, they experience constipation. They don't want to toilet. For others, they experience severe diarrhea. Another sign is your stomach becomes bloated, especially your lower abdomen, because your body begins to hold more water. It becomes soggy. So your stomach will become gassy, especially the lower abdomen. You feel as if you've eaten something and you don't understand yourself. That means in no time you're going to be menstruating. You have headache. That's another sign. You have this sharp headache that you just don't understand where you got it from. You are not worried on anything, you are not thinking, but you just have headache. You also have attitude change. One moment you're happy, the next moment you're sad. The next moment you're worried. You want to cry. Something you would normally pass by, and you'll be gone. This time around you see it and you start crying, or you just get angry because the hormones are at work in your body. They are now detecting what happens to your body, but you can also work on them. Another sign is your lower back and thighs will start to hurt. You start to feel pain behind your back or your thigh, as if you've walked a long distance or somebody flogged you. So that's another sign that you'll be menstruating soon. You have appetite for certain foods, especially sugary foods. Yeah, some people have appetite for sugary foods, some for salty foods. You have increased hunger or thirst, or you lost appetite. You feel tired and you find it difficult going to sleep. So those are some of the signs that you're going to be menstruating. Another sign is, which is not mostly spoken about, is sometimes some women do experience a high libido while others it drops. So if you have your partner who is menstruating and then you realize that this person's libido has increased, you need to take your time with them, because it's possible it's as a result of the changes in the hormones that are making in your body. So we go to another controversial topic, that is menstruation and sex. Sex for some people during menstruation hurts, and for others it's perfectly okay. It is possible for a woman to get pregnant even when she is menstruating if she has sex without protection. And the rate of sexually transmitted diseases are more highly when the woman is menstruating, because there's abundance of fluid and her vagina is already secreting some. So it is safer to keep yourself from sex until the period is over. Great. So there are some foods you should eat during your period to enhance your period, to make it better, to make yourself better. There are some foods you should eat. So let's go into it. Drink water. Water is always good. It's healthy, it's good for a clean skin, it refreshes your body. Eat lots of fruits and vegetables. So some people might say they don't have money to buy vegetables. Kotomri is vegetable. Yes, green leafy vegetable. Eat your potato greens, your cassava leaves, your spinach, your palava sauce. Eat your greens. They are very good for the body. Avoid the burgers, the sandwiches, especially those ones that have bread and all that. Avoid those things. Eat more vegetables, green leafy vegetables. Eat your chicken, your fish. If you want to eat sweets, because at that time you might have an appetite for sweets, you can eat the healthy replacement for sweets. So you can eat bananas, you can go for pineapple, you can go for oranges, you can go for turmeric. Eat healthy meals. Another thing is avoid some foods. Avoid some foods. Even if you cannot avoid them in totality, avoid them to a certain percentage. Foods like salt. Yes, salt is an ingredient. Eating plenty of salt can make your stomach to be swollen. Do not eat foods that have too much salt, and do not even add a lot of salt to your food. A pinch of salt is okay, because at that moment you're already experiencing bloating. Your lower abdomen is bloated, like you feel gassy. So adding more salt to your food or eating more salty food will only make your stomach more bloated. So go more for vegetables, for fruits. Reduce the amount of salt you have in your food. Also reduce the amount of sugar you have in your food, the amount of sugar you take, especially the raw sugar. Eating too much sugar in your period can make you very moody. So your hormones are already at work. They are making you jumpy. One moment you're happy, the next moment you're sad. So do not compound it by adding a lot of salty, sugary foods to your meals. That way you become extra moody. Everything changes so fast. Avoid coffee. So caffeine can make your stomach swollen and can cause your head to ache even more, because you're experiencing headache every now and then, just slight headache. Some people is heavy. So just avoid coffee. Avoid alcohol, as it dehydrates you. In that moment you're already losing water, you're losing fluid. So you do not want to take something that will help you lose your fluid even more. And generally, avoid food your body does not like and reacts to negatively. So, we have menstrual period hacks. So there are some hacks you need to know about menstruation, because you need to go to school, you need to go to work, you need to go about your daily business as you are menstruating. Meaning, it should not stop you, right? So there are some hacks you should always have at the back of your mind. Change your sanitary pad every 4 to 5 hours, depending on how much you're bleeding. Wash properly because the bacteria cling to your hand. So make sure when you change your sanitary pad, you wash your hands properly. You wash your vagina properly whenever you clean. So you always have your wipes. So this is an example of wipes. So this is just, you just have your wet wipes. It's not a wet wipe, it's a dry one. But you can also have your wet wipes and always wipe yourself with it after you're done changing your pads. Don't use soaps or vagina hygiene products because vagina has its own way of cleaning, which works during menstrual cycle. So do not use artificial hygiene products on your vagina. It's a very delicate area. Be careful. Throw away the sanitary pad properly. Wrap them properly before you throw them. So you've used this pad. Do not put it maybe in the toilet, because it won't flush. It's made of plastic on the outside, so it won't flush. That way, when another person comes to use the bathroom and they want to flush, it won't be going, and that's a bad thing, right? So whenever you're done using your pad, you neatly fold it. You fold it neatly. You fold it because you make your pad neatly because remember, it's someone's mom, someone's dad. It's somebody that is going to take that rubbish away, and you do not want them touching your pad. It's unfair. So you have your tissue, and then you wrap it up neatly, like this. So it looks neat enough, right? There's blood in it, but it looks neat enough, right? And then you can put it in the bin, the dustbin. After that, you wash your hands properly. Wash your hands properly. There are some medications we have for menstruation. That's ibuprofen, Advil. Or you can always use them based on doctors or nurses' prescriptions. Also, exercise before and during your menstruation. Exercise is very good for reducing menstrual pain. Sometimes when you're feeling heavy pain, maybe at your back or your abdomen, do not worry, just take some exercise. Do some jogging, running, walk some distances, and it is very, very good for all of us. Download a period tracker on your mobile phone or draw your own menstrual cycle. So in my next video, we're going to be drawing our own menstrual cycle. We're going to be showing you step by step on how to draw your own menstrual cycle, and also how to make your own reusable menstrual pad. Hooray! So you won't have to buy menstrual pads again because you know how to make your own reusable menstrual pads. So for boys and men, knowing about periods and how the menstrual cycle works helps everyone to better understand the benefits and facts of safe sex and contraception, which could help stop unwanted pregnancies. When someone is menstruating, you can get her a sanitary pad or sanitary products if you can afford it. Listen to her and be there. Ask women and girls about what menstruation is, and better still, ask a doctor or nurse. Make research on it. Having knowledge on menstruation helps you become more informed on how a girl's body works. This means you'll be able to better work with your menstruating classmates, your workmates, your schoolmates, your friends, church members, civil servants, and public servants. Always remember that sex education is important, and so is knowing what menstruation is. Menstruation is not a disease, it is a biological phenomenon. Bleed with pride, bleed in dignity. Menstruation matters. Menstruation is not a taboo. Let's talk about it. Thank you.